Hello viewers, welcome to my channel English Learning Clinic. I am with you in the second class of my voice series. In the first class of my voice series, you have had a clear conception on voice. That is, what is voice, how many types of voice are there, what is the difference between active and passive voice. Now today, in this class, you are going to learn how to change the voice of the verb in an assertive sentence. So, let's start. This is a sentence. The hunter killed the tiger. The structure of the sentence shows that the sentence is an assertive sentence. The structure of the assertive sentence is first comes the subject, next verb, next others or object. Today in this class you are going to learn how to change the voice of a verb in an assertive sentence. In this regard, you should remember that only the transitive verb can be changed from active to passive voice. What is transitive verb? Transitive verbs are those verbs which takes an object after it. Now, first let's judge whether the verb kill is transitive or intransitive. To find out the object, we have to ask the verb a question with whom or what. Let's ask the question to the verb kill. Whom kill? The answer is the tiger. So the verb kill has an object. That is why the verb killed is a transitive verb. Now, we have to change the voice of the verb. To change the voice of the verb, you have to first judge whether the verb is in active voice or passive voice. In my first class of the voice series, you have learned the passive form of the verb is the form of the be verb, and next comes the third form, that is the past participle form of the verb. Look at the verb killed. As there is no sign of be verb form, so at the first sight you can judge that the verb killed is in active voice. Now we will change it to the passive voice. In the first class of my voice series, you have learned that it is the speaker's intention whether he will give importance to the doer of the action or the receiver of the action while saying about the action. When the speaker gives importance to the doer of the action, he will use the active form of the verb, and when he gives importance the receiver of the action, he uses the passive form of the verb. As the verb killed is in active voice, so the hunter is the doer of the action. And to make it passive, we have to give importance the receiver of the action. Here the doer of the action killed is the hunter, and the receiver of the action killed is the tiger. So, to give importance to the receiver of the action in the passive form of the verb, we have to place the receiver of the action, that is the tiger, in the place of the subject. So, change the voice of the verb. First, place the object, that is the receiver of the action, to the place of the subject. And the doer of the action will go to the position of the object with the preposition by. why the preposition the by is used? The preposition by is used to show that the hunter is the doer of the action in this case. That's why generally the preposition by is used. And sometimes the other preposition is used according to the meaning. Now change the form of the verb killed from killed to the passive form, that is the be verb form, and the third form of the verb killed. To make the passive form of the verb will give its tense to the be verb in passive voice. The verb here killed is in past indefinite tense. So, the verb killed will give its past indefinite tense to the verb be. The past indefinite form of the be verb is, was, or were. As the tiger is third person singular number, so in that case was is appropriate. Next, the past participle form, that is the third form of the verb killed, will be placed after it. Now, this is the sentence with the passive form of the verb killed. The tiger was killed by the hunter. Now, if the sentence is the hunter did not kill the tiger instead of the hunter killed the tiger, what will be the changed in its passive form? The only difference between these two sentences, that is the hunter killed the tiger and the hunter did not kill the tiger, is that in this sentence the verb form is did not kill, and in this sentence the verb form is killed. That is, the verb form will be did not kill in place of killed. Look at this structure also, did not kill. There is no form of the be verb. So, this is indicated that, so it also indicates that it is in active voice. To make it passive voice, the procedure will be same. The only difference is that the adverb not will be placed just after the form of the be verb. So, the passive form of this sentence, the hunter did not kill the tiger, will be the tiger was not killed by the hunter. So, up to this you have learned the be verb plays a vital role to make the passive form of the verb. In this regard, you have to know the form of the be verb in different tenses. Now, let's make the different form of the be verb in different tenses. Form of be verb in different tense. In this regard, to make the different form of the be verb in different tenses, just think the be verb as the main verb and prepare the different form of the be verb in different tenses. I have already discussed in detail in the videos of my tense series that tense is equal to time of utterance plus nature of action. When the time of utterance is added to the nature of action, the tense of the action, that is, the tense of the verb, is formed. There are three types of time: present, past, and future. And the nature of actions are of four types: indefinite, continuous, perfect, and perfect continuous. The present indefinite form of the be verb is am or is or are, past indefinite form was or were, and future indefinite form of the be verb is shall be or will be. I have already discussed in details in my tense series that is the continuous status of the action is shown by the use of the ing after the root form of the verb. So, the continuous status of the be verb is being, and in case of the continuous status, the time is shown by the use of be verb also. So, for present time, the be verb form am or is or are is used. That's why the present continuous form of the be verb is am being, is being or are being. In the same way, the past continuous form of the be verb is was being or were being. The future continuous form of the be verb is shall be being and will be being. The perfect status is shown by the use of the third form of the verb, that is the past participle form of the verb. The past participle form of the be verb is been, that indicates the perfect status, and in case of the perfect status of action, the time is shown by the use of have verb. That is, for present time, the present form of the have verb have or has is used. So, the present perfect form of the be verb is have been or has been. In the same way, the past perfect form of the be verb is had been. Again, the future perfect form of the be verb is shall have been and will have been. With the help of the same procedure, the present perfect continuous form of the be verb is have been being or has been being. And the past perfect continuous form of the be verb is had been being, and the future perfect continuous form of the be verb is shall have been being or will have been being. Now again, look at these two sentences. This is the sentence with the active form of the verb, and this is the sentence with the passive form of the verb, killed. Look at this sentence carefully. In this sentence, the doer and the receiver of the action are both noun. If the sentence is he killed me instead of the hunter killed the tiger, here look at this sentence. The doer and the receiver of the action both are pronouns. As the doer and the receiver of the action are both noun, there is no change of their form when they changes their places from object to subject position or subject to object position. But if the doer or the receiver or the doer and receiver both are pronouns, changes of their forms are found. What is the changes? When the object goes to the subject position, it changes its form me to I, and the subject goes to the object position, it changes from he to him. And the verb form as usually changes to its passive form, was killed. That is, the he killed me changes to passive voice, I was killed by him. Look at this. When the object pronoun goes to the subject position, it takes its subjective form, and when the pronoun subject goes to the object position, it takes its objective form. So the subjective form of the pronoun he is he and the objective form is him. In the same way, subjective form of the pronoun I is I and the objective form is me. Now I will show you how to remember the subjective and the objective form of the pronouns without merely cramming it. Look at these two sentences. I gave him and he gave me. For this sentence, first ask the verb gave a question with who. That is, who gave? The answer will be I gave. And so the subject is I. That is the subject form. Again, for the second sentence, ask the verb gave a question with the word who. That is, who gave? In this sentence, for this sentence, the answer will be he gave. He is also the subject form. Again, ask the verb gave a question with whom. That is, whom gave? The answer will be for this sentence him. This is the object form. Again, for ask the verb gave a question with whom. That is, whom gave? The answer will be for this sentence me. This is the object form. Show the subject form of the pronoun he is he and the object form of the pronoun he is him. In the same way, I is subject form and me is object form. Now, have a look at the form of the pronouns. Subjective form and objective form. To find out the subjective form, ask the verb a question with who. And to find out the objective form of the pronoun, ask the verb a question with whom. Who gave? I, subjective form. Whom gave? Me. In the same way, we ask who gave? You. Whom gave? You. Who gave? He or she. Whom gave? Him or her. Who gave? They. Whom gave? Them. Who gave? It. Whom gave? It. Who gave? Ritam. Whom gave? Ritam. Now, you will learn the opposite process. That is how to change the passive form of the verb in an assertive sentence to its active form. Look at this sentence. The tiger was killed by the hunter. First judge whether the verb is in active voice or passive voice. The verb form clearly shows that the form is with be verb and next the third form of the main verb. So the verb form is in passive voice. To make it active voice, first place the subject to the object place and the object to the subject place. Now change the form of the verb. To change the passive voice of the verb to its active voice, the focus should be on the be verb. That is the tense. That is the tense of the be verb was the tense of the main verb in active voice. That is, what is the tense of the be verb in passive voice was the tense of the main verb in active voice. This is the past indefinite form of the be verb was. So, in active voice, this verb, that is the main verb, was in past indefinite form. So, in active voice, the verb kill was killed. This is the sentence with the active form of the verb kill. That the hunter killed the tiger. Now let's do an exercise. He sings a song. Here, this is the object, so the verb is transitive. The passive form of the sentence, the passive voice is, a song is sung by him. They are eating rice. The rice will go to the subject position and they will go to the object position with its object from them. As the verb is in present continuous form, so the passive form of it will be is being eaten or are being eaten or am being eaten. Rice is the third person singular number. Rice is third person singular number, so is being eaten is appropriate. The answer is rice is being eaten by them. She has not done anything. The passive voice will be anything has not been done by her. You saw a big snake. The answer is a big snake was seen by you. Boys were playing cricket. Cricket was being played by the boys. The giant had built a wall. Passive form, a wall had been built by the giant. I shall do it. It will be done by me. The glass was broken by her. Look at this form. This is in passive form, that is be verb, and the third form of the verb break. So you have to change it. So you have to make it active. The active voice form is she broke the glass. Fruits were not being sold by them. Here it is also in the passive form, that is be verb, and the third form of the verb sell. So make it active. The active form will be they were not selling fruits. The work has been done by us. This is also in passive form, that is the be verb, and the third form of the verb do. Active form is they have done the work.